started my video of my second attempt at Tollesbury. So we're at the Tollesbury Sailing Club, and the sail lofts I took a photo of, so they'll be in the video. Yeah, there's like more houseboats and stuff behind me. It's looking a little cloudy overhead. The clouds look a little bit threatening. But apart from that, excuse me, the weather's holding out all right. I just bumped into a rather rotund, hairy, topless gentleman that was chatting to me about where I was walking and stuff, and I sort of told him about the last 2 failed attempts, and he's just moved to the area and he's looking for places to walk, and he says he's done this this section before that I'm about to do up ahead, like Old Marshes. He went, yeah, it's pretty barren, there's not a lot round there apart from Old Hall Farm. I went, exactly. Why he felt the need to be topless, wearing just a pair of shorts in this weather, which can be described at best as cloudy, windy. It's not even like, you know, muggy and overcast. It's just, mate, it's not sunbathing weather, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, still, anyway, fair enough. So yeah, nice bloke though, decent chap. I was like, hopefully I'll make it this time. He's like, you'll crack it mate, no worries. You've got to love the Essex people. Talking of which, actually, there's a sewage farm behind me. So if you've seen my second failed attempt of Tollesbury Marshes walk, what you'll remember is probably along this section now, probably for the next few miles, was completely engulfed in probably the thickest fog I've ever seen. Today that's not the case. It's nice and clear. So the camera keeps refocusing, but yeah, that was an absolute nightmare to navigate in before, so hopefully we shouldn't have those problems today then. I can see Old Hall Farm over in the distance, it's not too far away, so I should easily make that today. I'm aiming to try and get up to the bird hides. There's a little detour inland, well, I say sort of inland, in the middle of the marshes it is actually, I think at Pennyhole Fleet, and there's a couple of like wooden bird hides, and I stopped for lunch last time there, so if I can make it to sort of there, I'll then start looking for somewhere to wild camp for the night. I had toyed with the idea of even setting up the tent next to one of the bird hides, and then I've got sort of a sheltered spot to sort of sit and cook in, but that's a plan B, that's the backup plan. Really, I want to try and find somewhere else, somewhere further along. So yeah, right, I'll get back to you in a bit. We've arrived at Old Hall Farm and its cottages, and at this point it's time to say goodbye to civilization, as this is going to be the last of it. There aren't any more houses or signs of human activity now from this point onwards, until we sort of get to like Salcott, Cumberley and back to Tollesbury. So the next section after this is incredibly barren and isolated. There is nothing around here apart from a couple of bird hides. That's literally it. If I'm lucky to see I'll be lucky to see anyone, to be honest. Although so far I've seen a few more people out walking, but yeah, it's going to be pretty lonely from here on in. It says the task now is to keep the sea on your right, not for 5 miles, but for 8. However, sea or even estuary may not always seem an appropriate term for the first couple of miles, as the tangled salt marsh keeps only the most persistent channels from making landfall. Don't attempt to follow a couple of dikes seaward. They are remnants of an earlier sea wall, deliberately breached, as has happened elsewhere in Essex, to provide better flood protection, so lead now to dead ends. In these 8 miles, the sole habitation past is at Old Hall Farm and its adjacent red brick cottages. The marshes named from it are soon entered. In the spring breeding season, you've got to keep below the sea wall between steps for the first 200 metres. Old Hall Marshes have been in RSPB ownership since 1984. There are 7 principal habitats helping to secure a wide diversity of bird and indeed plant and invertebrate life. Grassland, both improved and unimproved, reedbed, coastal lagoon, saltings, mudflat and open water. It's hard to overstate the role of the marshes for bird life. In winter, internationally important populations of dark-bellied Brent geese and ringed plover rest here. It's important too for many wildfowl and waders such as goldeneye and curlew, and marsh and hen harriers are safe from persecution here. The marshes stood in for North Kent in the 2012 BBC adaptation of Great Expectations. How about that for a view? The sun's sort of starting to set now. It's sort of getting brighter and then it's going to slowly start to go down. Last time, of course, it was so thick fog here you couldn't sort of see a hand in front of your face, but now you can actually see that, like, Tollesbury and its marina is just over there, and then there's the red light ship, and then if I can find it, you've got the power station as well. So I've been past all of that stuff earlier. So we're still heading through the nature reserve here, Old Hall Farm Marshes. Not really a hell of a lot of interesting stuff here. There's some nice sort of mud flats and stuff coming up here. I remember this from last time. It looked really good. And yeah, we're sort of edging ever closer to sort of the estuary, sort of nearest West Mersea on the island. It's coming up to about 7:15 now, and I just thought I'd show you this. See these little mounds, like the mud flats here? Well, you could just about see those the last time I was here. The fog was so thick you could barely make them out in the distance, and I mean that's what, probably 15-20 metres away. That's how bad the fog was. You couldn't see any of these boats at all. You couldn't see anything. Like, you couldn't even see the power station with its lights on. We're getting a bit closer to West Mersea now. You can just see it there, the other side of the estuary. And yeah, we're still in the nature reserve. We're in sort of like the lagoon-like area and sort of the saltings and mud flats and sort of these little sections of water as well. There's this lovely little beach area here opposite the power station. And then West Mersea now across the estuary is really close. The wind has been picking up a bit, and the sun is definitely starting to go down now, so we're losing light fairly quick. So at some point, yeah, I'm gonna just look for somewhere to pitch up, and it may well have to be sort of down there along sort of that path that runs alongside the irrigation channel and this like seawall / flood bank. So there, that's probably the closest we're going to get to seeing Mersea, this being West Mersea this side. Okay, apologies, it is really windy here, but I've achieved what I set out to do for today in terms of mileage. That little gate there says to viewpoints, and that's to the bird hides over there in the middle of the marshes. So that's like my plan B, to camp there. But I want to really try and carry on along this and get sort of as close to like Salcott village as I can. It's 7:30 now, so I've probably got about half hour, 45 minutes of daylight left. Maybe an hour tops if I really push it, but yeah, and then of course Mersea Island over there. Yeah, so we'll see. So I'm just going to keep going along here. To be fair, it's all fenced off anyway there, so I don't really want to risk it camping next to bird hides in case there are any like gamekeepers or wardens, you know, sort of rangers about. So yeah. Oh well. So this is the Salcott channel heading into Salcott Cumberley. Mersea Island over there again. I'm still beside the Salcott channel, and ahead of me you can just see against the skyline is a gate and a fence. Now that, I believe, is then entering farmland belonging to Old Hall. So really I don't really want to wild camp in there. There's cows about there as well. So I'm just sort of having a look down at sort of like the mud flats and stuff and the marshes to sort of see if there's any suitable ground here. I don't think there is really to camp. It would be great because look, you'd have that brilliant view, but I think we're going to have to climb back up onto the flood bank / sea wall where the footpath is and camp down this bank here on sort of that track there. Yeah, so I don't really want to go any further than that. So I mean, this is still kind of like what do you call it, like the sort of the nature reserve area, but I think I'm less likely to get caught being here than I am on the farmland, so that's the plan anyway. So yeah, it's about 8 o'clock now. I've been walking for 5 hours since 3 o'clock this afternoon. Feet are a little bit sore, but they're not too bad. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop here for the night, and I've got a nice view of West Mersea as well. Bang in. Just as I'm starting to set up camp, we've got a lovely sunset. Hopefully there'll be a nice sunrise in the morning. Of course, that should be over here, coming up sort of around sort of West Mersea area. It is just gone 8:15 now, and I've decided to go with actually camping directly on the footpath. Sort of it affords me sort of a nice view out across Salcott Channel. So I'll be heading that way tomorrow, and then of course to my right as well I've got like West Mersea as well. Yeah, gone with the OEX Fox one-man tent again. This time I've got my full-length Thermarest Z-Lite accordion style foam pad. I've got that, move that out of the way, I've got the Climate Inertia X-Lite skeleton foam pad, like lightest self-inflating sleeping pad there is. OEX pillow. I've got my new OEX down jacket, which I'll show you at some point. I got that really cheap off of Outdoor Returns. I think I paid, I know it was less than £20, That's all I can remember. I've got my OEX thermals and a beanie hat over there. Then, oh, let it focus. I've got the Thermarest stuff sack pillow over there. So that had all my clothing in it, spare clothing, and it's got all the stuff sacks now and sort of waterproof stuff I don't need. Use that as a pillow as well. Sleeping bag tonight is the Cumulus Ultralight 200 bag, rated down to 3 degrees Celsius. I've had it in lower conditions that though, so that's my down bag. Weighs about 650 grams. I've got a Cocoon silk sleeping bag liner in that just to keep it nice and clean. It's a left-hand zip, I believe. Me Ballo 35 OEX rucksack, that's down here, just emptying that out now. And I've got the cook set, so I'm going with my OEX XT2 gas stove again. Small gas canister. I've got backup little mini titanium Esbit solid fuel stove as always. And yeah, right, I'm going to crack open a cider, which I believe is somewhere in here. So yeah, tonight's cider of choice is going to be a can of Somersby original cider. So I'm just trying to get rid of these. I'm not really a fan of like tins, so straight away that loses it a point. But anyways, I've had Somersby cider before, I've not reviewed it before. So yeah, let's crack this bad boy open. And I've earned this today, 5 hours of walking, well earned. So yeah, cheers guys, thank you for the support as always. Thank you for watching so far. That's refreshing. It's medium dry and it's the spot nicely. There's something over in the distance, I was wondering what that was. As we said before, nothing gets a 10. There's no such thing as the perfect 10. So it loses it a point for being a 10. So we're down to sort of 8 out of 10. What am I thinking? I think it tastes quite smooth. Nice and fizzy. Crisp tasting. Yeah, it's for a medium dry, it's not bad. I hate dry ciders, as you know. Yeah, I would give this I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. There we go, so Somersby's original cider, 7.5 out of 10. Probably if it was in a bottle it'd get an extra point, but other than that, yeah, decent. Cheers. I've got the little OEX mini gas stove going. Tonight's menu, we've got, courtesy of Sainsbury's, we've got some chicken flavour instant super noodles. We've got some chicken and mushroom flavour pasta and sauce. We've got a Horlicks hot chocolate. I've got my Somersby cider over there, halfway through that. And I've even managed to get plenty of signal on my phone as well. So on YouTube, watching A Fistful of Dollars. I got into my spaghetti westerns lately. Can't beat a bit of Clint. So always been a big fan of the good, the bad and the ugly, and I thought it's time to watch A Fistful of Dollars. And then next I've got For a Few Dollars More. So I'm going to be watching the trilogy. Brilliant. What a way to spend Saturday night, eh? Can't beat it. Right, well, I've been in the tent a little while now, actually. Watching A Fistful of Dollars. It was a good film. I've had my pasta and sauce chicken and mushroom. It's like the only meal I've had all day today, apart from like this protein shake and some breakfast, I think, earlier. So I was starving. I wolfed that down. I've had my cider. I'm just finishing off the last of my Horlicks hot chocolate now. I've got somewhere over the back here. Got one of them Eat Natural bars, almond and apricot with a yoghurt coating. These things are so nice, and apparently they're really good for you as well. Quids in, right. Yeah, it's been good. Little tent's holding up well. A little bit of a breeze earlier, then it died down. I've got to pop my head outside the tent in a second anyway, just to clean the pots up and stuff. No sign of rain or anything. Fingers crossed. So yeah, it's all good. Anyway, right. Yeah. Next time you'll see me will be in the morning. I'm gonna try and get up early, try and catch the sunrise again. So yeah, see you in the morning.